Hey everyone, this is Monster Morale, aka Warlord EXE on most forums, and this is going to be my day one post for following along with Warbosstae's painting challenge for July. Um, so first off, I do not have a smartphone or steady access to the internet, or even a decent camera for that matter, so I'm actually recording this on my 3DS, and hopefully I can get this uploaded and everything works out. Now, because I don't have steady access to the internet, that's going to mean that while I'm still going to record a video each day, it may be a few days before I get them all up. So hopefully this works out and I can follow along all through July. Um, Also, my July challenge isn't going to be quite that structured. I don't have a set amount of models out that I'm planning on painting. Basically, I'm going to be using this challenge to document my ETL II painting challenge from bolterandchainsword.com. If you want to know what that's all about, you can go to bolterandchainsword.com and check it out. Basically, you choose a faction you're going to side with, and you had to, before June 15th, if you wanted your points to count towards the competition, to make a vow. And basically, to make a vow, you had to choose a legal entry out of your respective codex, or several legal entries, and basically you had, like I said, you had to make that um, vow before June 15th, and once you make that vow, you have till August 15th, I believe, to finish it. And as long as you did that on time, once you complete that vow at any point before August 15th, you can make an additional vow up to 5 times. The trick though is if you complete, let's say, like 2 vows, one for 210 points and a second one for 200 points, so you're up to 410 points contributing up to your faction, and you make a third vow and you don't complete that, all those points are lost towards your faction. So the trick is to spread your stuff out across as many vows as you can to make sure you complete them all, but at the same time you want to kind of push the points to help your faction win, but you don't want to, overdo it and then lose all those points. So I'm actually on my second vow. That's this guy's part of it right here, my Demon Prince. I'm going to be painting him up quite similar to the way Warbosstae did his Demon Prince for a commission. I've gone for gray skin tone, which I chose that just because I thought it's going to contrast well with the armor. I'm a Word Bearers fan, so the armor plating is going to be red with silver trim. But just to show you what my first vow was, basically I did the Dark Vengeance models. So my legal entry would have been a squad of 5 chosen with all the war gear you see. So that's another thing with the challenge is the points you get to use are only for war gear you can actually represent. So while I can boost the points of my vow up because this guy, he has his lightning claws, I can't boost my points up for doing things like Veterans of the Long War, because while it's a purchasable legal upgrade, you can't really represent it. So here's my Chaos Lord. Also, since the quality is not going to be that great on here, you can always check out my painting blog at bolterandchainsword.com, or you can just Google Warlord EXE's Wordbearer host. And so this is my first vow. You got the 5 chosen, and you got him. In addition to the Demon Prince for my second vow, I'm also painting a squad of 3 Obliterators. And hopefully I should get this done a lot faster than I did this vow. This vow took me about a month to do, mainly because of a lot of indecision going to what colors I wanted things to be. Like for example, this guy's cape. I really didn't want to go with black because I'm not really good at highlighting black capes. But what I usually go for, or I have been with my word bearers, is this kind of flesh tone cape style. But because he had his fur on here, I didn't think it was going to look that good. So I went for a black cape. And that was basically just a week of no painting, just could not come up with what I wanted to do. And I just decided to be like, you know what, I need to get this vow finished, I'm doing a black cape. Also, which you'll see in a lot better detail if you check out my blog, are these bases. They come from Dragon Forge Miniatures, I believe this site's called. He does custom resin bases. Really awesome. They look really cool. and I would definitely recommend them if you ever want to purchase some custom resin bases. So this is going to be my day 1 entry. Most of my recordings are going to be recorded the day after, just because sometimes, I get like a late night urge to paint things, so I don't want to do a video and then just have the next day have things already painted that should have gone with the last video. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you follow along. Comments, suggestions, any of that if you can. Just on a quick note, back on my demon prints, like how I said I was going to follow Warbosstae's video, so I'm going to be doing these wings in that kind of that bluish purplish oyster color he did. And just a word of advice, you can't really tell it on this guy, but I did it on a sword, and it actually looks better through the 3DS screen than I think it does in real life. But you see how there's kind of like these raised areas? If you follow the directions Warbosstae gives you, when you go and add your watered down blue and turquoise, it's going to wash the metal off of these raised edged areas. So my suggestion is, if you want to do something like this, actually base coat whatever surface you're painting in the metallic color first, then go back and then do the metallic coating, and while it's still wet, add your turquoise or purple or blues or whatever colors you want to do. For the demon prince, since his wings are kind of more of a recess with cracks and stuff, doesn't matter too much, but just something I noticed when I painted this guy. And it definitely took me a couple of coats to get it to come out right. Originally all these skulls were kind of grayish black because I used a black primer for the undercoat for this, and it just didn't look nice. So like I said, leave any comments if you have any suggestions, and hopefully I'll be able to follow along with Warbosstae's July challenge.